Good morning, Twitch.tv. Good morning to YouTube as well. And, of course, good morning, mini Motorways. We are off to Warsaw for today's daily challenge. All destinations will be very busy, and we begin with 4 roundabouts. Hooray! We also, very importantly, begin with 2 bridges, one of which I will use right away, because we got orange houses over here and an orange business over here. And off we go. Oh, it is Thursday. It does not feel like Thursday, but this is the last lingering benefit of the Monday holiday, is that the 4-day work week that results feels very short. Feels as though we just got into gear and already tomorrow is Friday. Hooray. All right, let's run this down here. We'll toss that in that manner. And then this can come up like so, and I'm literally 1 road tile short. Rude. Unacceptable. I have to come over here, do this nonsense. Nobody wants to hear about this nonsense. Oh, goodness. Oh, my back. Don't get fat, children. I don't know if anyone's ever told you this, but it's not great. It hurts a lot. We've got 4 roundabouts rather, so I might as well take a set of traffic lights to begin. May or may not see us through for the entire rest of the run. We might need to take 3 and 4 at some point. I probably will take 3 and 4 just for safety's sake. We might, again, even need to. Get this 4th greenhouse going over here. Catch this business up for Goodski. Oh, hi. You remember when I suggested that we might need a 4th greenhouse over here for this business? Nope. Now you are the 2nd going in this direction, and everything once again shall be fine. Oh, God. Wait, hold on. Have I emphasized the fact that I'm tired yet? Because I had just had to yawn. Yesterday I was in Bennington, Vermont, and without giving away exactly where your dear friend the _Goog lives or nothing, I want to emphasize that, did you all know that there's a town in Vermont called Jacksonville? There's a Jacksonville, Vermont, as I discovered on my voyage yesterday. And I learned, I didn't quite learn, because I don't have these for, stone cold lead pipe lock type facts, but I inferred 2 things about Jacksonville, Vermont. 1, it is a village of, something on the order of 650 people, which isn't a lot of people. And 2, Jacksonville, Vermont is the largest settlement between the Massachusetts state line and Bennington, Vermont. So when I went through, when I crossed Massachusetts, I was in Greenfield, Mass. yesterday morning on my way to Bennington. And I had not eaten breakfast because I intended to stop and get breakfast on the way. And I knew that there was a McDonald's in Greenfield. By the way, this purple business here, we're not currently doing that because we don't have a bridge, and we better get one Monday, because if we don't, we're in a wee Scotia trouble. Oh, hey, a motorway. Motorway counts. Hi, Nora. What do you want? Oh, you probably want breakfast because I didn't feed you. Well, you weren't in the room, and I was running late because I rolled out of bed at 6:51. Which is not great when you're doing a live internet TV show thing at 7. It's not really what you want. But, it's what we've done. Anyway, you'll get fed later, Cat. Where'd you go? She went away. Or perhaps she went directly under the wheels of my chair and, oh, there she is. Okay. So I rolled through Greenfield, Massachusetts yesterday morning. And it was fairly early. I was not even halfway through my trip to Bennington. And I said to myself, I'll find another one on the way. This McDonald's is on the left side of the road. I'd have to cross traffic. It's a whole pain in the butt. I'll find a better place to stop for breakfast than the McDonald's in Greenfield, Massachusetts. My friends, I did not. There were a couple of gas stations. There was a less than a quarter of a mile from my destination, a Stewart's Shops, which is a fancy little convenience store, which I think is a chain, possibly, definitely in New England and possibly other places as well. Hi there, beigeness. You can come up over to here. So I stopped at the Stewart's Shops in Bennington, Vermont, and had 2 energy bars and a Diet Mountain Dew. And those 2 energy bars and Diet Mountain Dew were all of the calories I consumed between waking up yesterday and 4 o'clock in the afternoon. When I tell you that I inhaled a chicken sandwich and fries at the McDonald's in Greenfield, Massachusetts, when I returned to Greenfield, Massachusetts. They went fast. All right. This greenhouse will come over to here. This purple house will swing down this way. It has a purple friend. You are a light green going that away and that away. That's all cool. This clump of road right here need no longer exist. I do have suddenly a road to spare. Hey, you know what? Hold on. This is getting a little ridiculous. We can, and therefore should, I feel, do something better than what we're presently doing for both of these things here. Let's draw this green road in like so, and then let's take these purples, bring them out thusly. Murder Kill Motorway number 1. And as soon as this connection severs, which shouldn't take overly long, as soon as that pulls back here, we connect to that like that. Okay. Generally speaking, that should wind up being fine. You over here are a green business. That's okay. We've got more support coming in for this circle. Give me a bridge, given that I did not have any bridge at that time. Okay. We're starting to get in a place that sort of resembles being okay. It only sort of resembles being okay, but it's getting there. The addition of this beigeness up here shall sort of assist in that direction. All right, I think now I can yawn. No, I think now is the first time. Yeah, I think we're actually just basically fine right now. We do have a big old clump of 5 beiges right here. I could do something silly and yoinkicate Goog? That's not even a good fake word. Alright, you will swing in this direction and then up in that manner. Oh. Well, if you just want to be right there with a friend like here, I don't believe we need to run this ridiculous thing. This ridiculous thing we can immediately rescind. We can apologize for wasting everyone's time with it and swiftly move on with our lives. You come here, grab that. Oops, I accidentally severed that connection. That'll be fine. You're an orange. We'll deal with you in due time. You can be a third purple for this plaza. Alright, you go over here. Motorway number 2, down that away. A 4th purple for this plaza. It's plenty of plums for Aubrey, I think. It's when we get a 4th purple for this plaza. No? Alright, fine. That was a bit of a stretch, I concede. Plenty of plums for Aubrey would help if I could actually say the word, but, you know. Plenty of plums for Aubrey, incidentally, is the title of the episode. Let's see here. So, We have another green over this way. We'll actually wait until Monday and pull in a second bridge. These greens shall come over here like this, and I shall pause so as to sneeze. Of course, by pause, I meant mute, and that sneeze turned out to be a much more involved process than I expected it to be, but we got there. Sneezing occurred. All right. Yeah, I was going to run motorway number 1 down here for this beigeness because, 5 houses is better and more supportive than 2. If this guy wanted to go circular, that would be A-okay. Actually, friend, I very rarely say this to businesses, and whenever I do, I wind up eating shit. But please go circular. It would boost my score. Another business that is more than free to round itself at any given moment is this green right here. This green right here, go circular, buddy. I believe in you. I've got a bridge. Let's take a second bridge. I think a second bridge will be of more help to me here than a third and fourth traffic light. Ow! There are times, particularly when I'm, when I think, oh, I could record this and make videos out of it and it would be good and maybe people would watch them. Whenever I have that thought, I inevitably lead to the, wait a second, Goog, you're ruining the fun of things simply for the sake of creating content. Which is possibly both a combination of true and me just being a depressed, self-deprecating assfucker or something. I don't know. My point in all of this is there are times when I fear that I may be prioritizing making content over having fun, and that is bad. And the next time that I feel that, I should remind myself that this video game that I've been playing for now 790 some episodes just released its biggest content upgrade, arguably ever. Something that the dev team and the fan base seems to be exceedingly excited about, and which I, the video game playing, YouTube creating, video making person, looked at for 5 minutes and said shrug and went back to what I was doing. It's just not for me, and that's totally fine and cool. Folks have fun with their little sandbox. That's neat. It seems like a good little sandbox. I have never been one for let's just play in the sandbox games. I played Roller Coaster Tycoon a fair bit, but even then, it was games like, you're playing Roller Coaster Tycoon, and the goal is, get 10,000 people in your park in 6 months or whatever. And it's somehow different when the game says that's your goal versus you just saying, hey, I'm going to try to make a roller coaster park that attracts 10,000 people over 6 months. And I'm going to limit myself to being $5,000 in debt and having to pay off that debt service with merry-go-rounds. I don't know. My brain's weird. This is perhaps the least revelatory statement in the history of the world. Did you know that my brain's weird? Of course you did. You've watched somewhere between 1 second and 50 years of the _Goog video at this point. I don't know how it's possible to have watched 50 years of the _Goog video, given that the _Goog has only existed for 38 years, but you can do so many things with technology these days. Ow. My eye. Oh god. All right. Let's take a fifth roundabout? No, let's take a third and fourth traffic light. I don't think we're going to use either a third traffic light or a fifth roundabout at this stage in the run. Although, honestly, this far into the run, we haven't used either. Like, we haven't used a single traffic light or an individual roundabout. We've been very good, in fact, about adhering to our guiding principle of 1B and 1R. Something that has not been very good, which I've been poking at and considering upgrading of late, is my hard drive space. I recently, I think I told you about this, I recently upgraded the video quality at which I record in OBS, which is good and results in higher quality video and is going to, increase the quality of the product that I put out for folks and all of that. It also means that a raw video is now somewhere between 20 and 25 gigabytes per hour, which is a lot. It's not nothing, particularly when you're storing all of the videos you record on the same hard drive as all of the Steam games you have downloaded. It gets to be a lot. Let's take a second bridge and pause as we explore the potential for getting dark greens over to here, because this business is currently supported only by these two houses, and these two houses, in order to get their folks over to here, have to send their guys all the way through this entire light green neighborhood, which seems wrong. It seems bad and dumb, and we should be able to do something better. Good morning, Clancy the Crow. Thank you for being here. Clancy dropping the tally and the Lillipie kisses. Oh, thank you, Clancy. All right, let's see here. We've got this issue. I don't really have any dark greens that I'm not fully using. I've got these over here. Like this is 7 dark greens supporting a square business, so we can probably afford to part with some of them. Which ones? Wonderful question. We're not at that point yet. I don't think... Well, actually, you know what I can do? I can just chop this, leave these 2 dark greens to wither and die. That'll be fine. If I just irk this road up here, just get these light greens away from this business, I can then swipe, say, 3 of these, right? Because again, this down here is just a square. It doesn't need 7 houses. It can be fine with just 4. So if we do that and we draw motorway number 3, now we have 1 more house and a much straighter connection. This should be fine. The 3 of these houses should be able to support this business. I think this business down here will still be fine with 4. It would be very funny if it's decided to circularize itself right now, but, let's not give it any ideas. No, this one went circular instead. That's kind of gross. Hopefully we get some dark greens to spawn over here. Like a couple friendly spawns right here would go down nice and easy. Game, please. Oh no, you're going to spawn more greens over here. Well, that's just rude. That's unfortunate. Why would you do that? You jerk. Alright. Okay, so this light green business is totally fine. You've got 1,000 million cars over here. This light green circle is pretty much A-okay. Because we've got these 5 down here, and also 3 more up here. I'll take a 3rd bridge, probably more useful than a 5th roundabout, although neither is really expected to do nothing for me. Let's do a proper west to east roundup, and we'll do it west to east. I know lately we've been doing roundups east to west. We'll mix it up, even in that small way. All right, so furthest west business is this light green circle. It is currently supported by, make that a little bit more efficient, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 houses. There's a 6th green right down here under this motorway. So that's okay. We've got cars and driveways. This business is doing okay. Up here, we have another light green business. It is over here supported by, a cajillion dudes. I am going to restructure this just to make it look nicer. I absolutely hate the aesthetics of those awful hairpin turns, and this might even be better. I think this might be like 1 fewer road tile. So there, we'll do that. Next, we have these 2 greens down here. This green is supported by 1, 2, 3, 4 business. Hey, I remember asking you to go circular. That was like 10 minutes ago, but, I still asked for it and eventually got it, which, hey, that's nice. It's always nice to get things you ask for. All right, we're going to restructure this just for a moment. We're going to pull additional beiges in like so. Give me another motorway. Thank you very much. All right, I might need to... Actually, hold on. These beiges here, We're going to have this beige loop around like so. This beige will go that away. We're going to draw a lengthy road to get these two to support this. And as you can see, that's immediately coming in handy. So, good job. Well done. All right. Next, we're looking at these two greens. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 here supporting that square. That's fine. This circle is currently supported by 1, 2, 3 houses, which is not great. You don't want that. You want better than that, ideally. I don't really see... Well, actually, I lied. I do see a rather large clump of unused greens over here. Hey, question for the game. Why is shit bad? Game, why is shit bad? I've got so many oranges going into these orange businesses. Why are my oranges mad? These oranges don't seem like they should be mad. I feel kind of aggrieved that these oranges are mad. Here, let's loop this orange house up into here. We'll grab that. I can't easily incorporate these foranges anywhere, but I can coin the term foranges, which is nifty. All right, if we do this and then this, that becomes a PCTL for this. Motorway number 4 comes down here. You turn right against the light going in that way. Is that going to make life easier and better for this? Almost certainly not. But, you know, we're going to try, damn it. Okay. So we add four houses over that way. That should be fun and good. We then are left with still more trouble over here for this thing. Well, okay. I have an idea. Let's peel a couple of these oranges away from this. And we're gonna right anglify that. Toss that into here. We're gonna right anglify that is the moral justification used for British imperialism, incidentally. But you come over to here, you have a PCTL going up that away, toss you down here. This is still a net gain of motorways for, oh, hi. Oh, this traffic light might be turning into a, oh, this might be a doom pile. Oh boy. Oh, boys and buddies. That might not be my best design choice. It must be said. I think you can fairly say that this may well turn out not to be the greatest design choice in the history of the Goog or nothing. But, you know, there's still time for it to defuck itself or whatever. You go down there. You can have a third traffic light. We're suddenly deploying 3 traffic lights, which is weird. This business is starting to clear up. This beigeness is getting mad. Hold on, why is this beigeness mad? Have we been going that long that this beigeness is going to get mad? Buddy, you've got 9 houses. You've got 9 houses and nobody else on your road and a motorway going right into your face. Why are you mad? You don't get this business. I understand being mad because this only has the 4 right here and a couple more like a 1,000 miles away. But you have 9 houses. Sad. All right. This green. Everybody should emulate this light green business. This light green business is cool. This light green business has a million dudes in its head. It's got fine. All right. Give me another motorway. Is there anything I can actually do about any of these annoyingly angered business places? Not really. Like, I've got 2 beiges here that aren't doing anything. It would be neat if I could incorporate them over this way. I don't really see how I might do that. Like, I can't fit a roundabout here. So if I was to pull these out, I would be tossing them. I guess we can just motorway number 5 and doot them into the mouth of this. That feels as though it's going to be more trouble than it's worth. I think I might have just wrecked this, but it was already dying, so. All right. This green business I'm sorry. You mean to tell me that, all right, I'm stealing you for this road. This green business here just got mad. All right, that's the game out to get me. It's almost as if the game is designed to not be playable forever, and eventually you will run out of dudes somewhere. But this green business getting mad. Look at this. Look at this. You've got, what, 11 houses just in the south? You should point north, by the way. You've got 14 houses stapled to your head, and you're mad. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous nonsense. That having been said, we're doing a decent job watching these plates spin right now. There's not really much that I can... Hey, you remember when I said that everyone should emulate this business? Well, now this business is dying, so... Yeah. Okay. Perfectly fine business becomes a sudden victim of private capital or something. I don't know. Was there a venture capital firm that invested in this green business? And by invested, I mean stripped for parts and then left to die. Because I think someone invested in this green business, and by invested, I mean stripped for parts and left to die. Oh, that's bad. All right, I'm going to borrow this purple over here for this dying business. This orange here is... Yeah, everything's mad. Can we get to 5K? No. No, we absolutely cannot get to 5K. We can die at 4884, which is at least a nice large palindromic number. Over 121 days, it puts us top 2% in the world. And, oh my god, oh, a rare and special thing has occurred. We can drop the GGs. Drop those GGs in the chat. We have defeated Samurai Sam. Hooray. All right, let us bring in our very good friend, the Wordle. Oh, Wordle box got off center. How dare you. All right, you come into here. The Wordle today, of course, is olive. We know that for a fact, although it turns out not to be true. All right, there is an L in the word. It could be bleat. Could absolutely be bleat. It is, in fact, I saw these and I was like, oh my god. Because that would have been a hell of a pull. It would have been one hell of a pull if it turned out that the Wordle actually was bleat. However, now we have the small and important question of what the fuck is this word? Because... yeah, I don't know what word this could be now. It could... Well, it's not belch, because that's B-E-L, not B-L-E. It could be blech, but, you know, it's an onomatopoeic sound, not necessarily a distinct, defined 5-letter word. Like, is that the appropriate accepted spelling of blech? Have we stumbled upon the... Hold on. Yeah, that is the appropriate 5-letter spelling of the term blech. So, okay. Now you know. Knowing is half the battle. All that good stuff. Also, it's not that. So, good job, Goog. It could be bleep, I suppose. We could just censor our profanity. No? Okay. Okay. It's also not bleed, which is good. We know that now. It's not blues as in B-L-E-W-S. It is indeed very definitely not that. It's not... Oh, it's blend. Blend is a word. Will Wordle blend? That is the question. Do-do-do-do-do. Ah, Blend Tech promotional material. I remember you. You were enjoyable. All right. So the Wordle is blend. We could have gotten that a lot sooner than we did, but, you know. All right. Hi there, dudes in suits. Specifically, you appear to be dudes in, Tyvek suits, labeled with things. My first thought is this, like, folks clearing the Fukushima reactor? Maybe? You do appear to have, well, you've got English and, I think, Japanese written on your suits here. Yeah, this is either a COVID thing or a reactor thing. Or perhaps a COVID at the reactor thing. It's the worst combination since Panic at the Disco. Hold on. Nope. Now we're doing COVID exclamation point at the reactor. That is the title of the episode. So many plums for Aubrey shall be gone to history or something. I don't know. Let's see here. Yeah, I feel confident that we're in Japan. It's either 2020 or 2011. I haven't a clue which. Let's just go with your first thought. First thought, best thought. Now the question becomes, where exactly is the Fukushima reactor? It's probably in Fukushima, but you'd be surprised at how little that helps me. Let's see here. Well, there's Mount Fuji. There's Shiba. And there's Utsunomiya and Sendai. And I have no earthly idea where Fukushima is, other than just Japan. It is presumably in Japan. So we'll stick a pin somewhere in Japan, say that we're in 2011. Make it 2012, because I think that happened very late in the year. It is 2011, god damn it. Also, that's where Fukushima is, right over there. Good job, Goog. Next, we got street marching folk. Hi there, street marching folk. What are you marching in the street about? Are you marching? I don't know. You don't appear to be marching. If they were marching, they could gather together and say, "We are marching in the..." No? Okay. There's this one Protestant hymn that my mom's church, back when I used to go to church, my mom's church would sing every once in a while, mostly when they felt like being silly. It goes, and I'm just going to speak the lyrics here. We are marching in the light of God. 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 We are marching. We are marching. Marching in the light of God. It went like that for as long as the priest, as long as the dude in charge felt like, what do they call him in Congregationalists? It's not priest. Is it minister? As long as the head God guy, as long as the head God guy felt, they just went, "We are marching in the light of God," over and over and over again. It was, of course, my favorite hymn. Anyway, these folk do not appear to be marching in the light of God, mostly because they do not appear to be marching. They're mostly just standing, actually. This guy's kind of waving a flag, or perhaps a pillow. One of those. Yeah, okay. We are in Spain. Yeah, what is this? This is Calcata de Satanos, which I believe means the city in Turkey of the devil. The Calcutta of Satan? No? Okay. It's probably fair. That having been said, I don't know when we are. We'll just infer it and guess it from picture quality and fashion and that sort of thing. This is Barcelona 1929. You were fucked over by the stock market crash. Yeah. Also, did I say Barcelona? I meant Madrid. 1929. Clancy, I saw that as... I saw what you said. I thought it said satin, and I was like, yeah, that's a nice smooth fabric. I understand how people would enjoy that. Anyway, it turns out this was Portugal 1918, which, okay, fine. Crowds gathered outside the Lisbon headquarters of the newspaper O Século to celebrate the victory and thank the newspaper for its rapid reporting. Yes, I'm sure that's what happened. Oh, God. Okay. So, this is the Italian delegation to the Nine Festival, which is a moon dial. It's like a sundial, but for the moon. It's very bad. It doesn't work nearly as well as you'd think it does. But it's the moon dial for the Games of the Students, which is to be held on some date. I don't remember which one Sophia is, from July 28th to August 6th. That's all well and good, but what the hell year are you, guys? Dipshits. All right, so you're with the Nemen, okay, and you've got this fella here with the goatee. he's like your mascot or something. Okay. All right, so if you're the Italian delegation, you're probably not in Italy. We're going to pay attention to the fact that this is in French and suggest that we might be in France, but like the near Italy part of France. So like this part of France. Maybe we're in this part of France. We are in Grenoble in the French Alps, famously home to Andre the Giant. Possibly not literally. I don't know if that was probably just wrestling nonsense, but Andre the Giant was announced as being from Grenoble in the French Alps, which is nice. Teaches people that there are cities in the Alps in France and all of that. My chest itches. All right. This is, Grenoble in the French Alps in I was going to say 40-something, and then I saw this lady's sunglasses. This lady's sunglasses are inspiring me to bump this all the way up to 1968. It is, in fact, 1968!
Hear ye,
Fuck yeah!
hear ye. Let the record show that this viewer was here first.
Samurai Sam was here first, despite the fact that Clancy the Crow has been in chat this whole time. Amazingly well done, Sam. Oh, we were not, in fact, in Grenoble in the French Alps. We were in, Sofia. Sofia's a city in Bulgaria. All right, fine. I just kind of assumed that it started on, like, Wednesday or something. No. All right, round 4. We have this guy. That's the guy what ruled Libya forever, isn't it? That's the guy what ruled Libya, whose name is escaping me. But if I'm right about that, which actually I might not be right about that. Hold on, am I right about that? Are you one of various Iranian rulers whose face is imprinted on my brain for some reason? That's also possible. You can buy Omega watches in whatever Arabic-speaking country this is. The _ Goog is not a person who reads Arabic. I know that's terribly shocking. Oh God. All right. So we're in somewhere that speaks Arabic, possibly Iran or Libya or something. In the these are all pretty 70s vehicles. So let's say the late 70s. Yeah. All right. This is Tehran, 1977. Yeah. Let's talk ourselves into that being correct. We'll zoom into the city. We'll toss a pin right about there. 1977. It was, in fact, Tripoli. God damn it, that was Libya. That was indeed Muammar Gaddafi. And it was 1986. Oh well. All right. This is Nathan's famous hot dog stand. It's on Coney Island in New York. I have been there. I've never actually... I might have gotten a hot dog there once. I think I've been there 2 or 3 times. I passed by there on my way to a Brooklyn Cyclones game one time. But yeah, this is in Brooklyn, which, folks, I don't want to scare anyone. There's this place in New York, and by New York we mean Manhattan, that isn't actually in Manhattan, but is still in New York. It's called Brooklyn. I know, this is terrifying. It occurs to me that I don't actually know where Coney Island is. Presumably it's around here. There we go. It's right down here. All right, so somewhere around here. Aha. We are indeed right here. Like this right here. This is exactly where we are. Recognized that immediately. So we'll pop a pin right there. And now the question becomes, when are we? And god damn do I want a hot dog right now. I don't have hot dogs in the house. I do have chicken sausages. It's been a while since I had some of those chicken and apple sausages. I also haven't had breakfast today. I think I'm going to have me like 2 chicken and apple sauce. Yeah, I'm going to have me 2 chicken and apple sausages with barbecue sauce for breakfast. Oh my God, that's going to be so tasty. Oh my God, I want that right now. Let's hurriedly end this episode. Oh my God, that sounds so good. We are in 1954. Yep. 1954, right there. It was 1947, but we were indeed right there. Good job recognizing the thing, Goog. 34,688 in Time Guesser, not as good as Samurai Sam. Drop those, where'd you go, slams in the chat. And for today's Immaculate Grid, we need, yeah, I know about the Remember Some Guy. Okay, the folks at Baseball Reference, and Sports Reference in general, because you can do this with non-baseball reference things. You could remember some guys. You can just create an immaculate grid, a quote-unquote immaculate grid of guys you remember. I made a grid, 3 grids, in fact, which you can see on my Bluesky, one of which is this grid of random guys from the 2004 Boston Red Sox. We all remember the historic contributions of Lenny DiNardo and Byung-Hyun Kim to the 2004 Boston Red Sox. I made 3 grids of the 2004 Red Sox. No scabs or Nazis allowed, but it was a good fun time. For today's grid, we need Rockies and A's and Mets and Cubs and dudes what had an ERA under 3 in a season and dudes what had 200 wins in their career. All right, a Colorado Rocky who had an ERA under 3 in a season is Daniel Bard. He had himself a couple good years of relief for them. A New York Met who played for the A's is New York Mets legend Jed Lowrie. Chicago Cub who played for the A's is John Lester. It's a true and factual statement. Cub who played for the Rockies is Dexter Fowler. Not exactly a deep cut there. An Oakland A who had an ERA under 3 is Mason Miller. Boop. Met who played for the Rockies is, I want to say Alejandro De Aza. I don't know for certain that he played for the Rockies, though. Let's just take the layup and go with Mike Hampton. I think we'll take the layup and go with Mike Hampton there. Mike Hampton, a Met who played for the Rockies. And now we need dudes what had 200 wins in their career. A New York Met who amassed 200 wins in his career is, of course, Nolan Ryan. Everyone remembers that Nolan Ryan was a New York Met. We could have banged Pedro there. We could indeed have banged Pedro there. Instead, we will bang Pedro right here because he is a dude who had 200 wins in a season and an ERA under 3 one time. And lastly, a Chicago Cub who had 200 wins in his career is one Ferguson Q. Jenkins. That is an immaculate grid. Not the deepest cuts today, it must be said, but you know, we got a 2% with Jed Lowrie. We got to shout out a former excellent Red Sox reliever turned disastrously into horrible Red Sox starter, Daniel Bard. But, you know, he wound up okay, eventually. Yeah, anytime you can remember Dexter Fowler, Hulkamat is going to be happy. So it was a good, fun time on the Immaculate Grid. And folks, here is the deal. I have not one, but 2 jobs today, one of which starts at 3. So I very much would like to be back here tonight, sometime around 5 o'clock Eastern for Dragon Age: The Veilguard. We're gonna play that one by ear. I intend to be back later this evening for DA the V. Whether or not that happens is a question for the ages, the answer to which is presently unknown. But we'll find out later tonight. Watch this space, check the Discord. We will be in communication as always. Until then, thank you so very much for watching. Have a good day. And this is the end screen. Bye.